Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Ukraine. So today's episode will be started by a little story that was printed in the Czech newspapers, and I hope that it's gonna entertain you as much as it did me. So what happened is that, actually a little backstory. Part of the information warfare that Ukraine is leading against the Russian troops on its territory is that they are trying to track the Russian GSM numbers, meaning mobile phones, that are moving around the combat zones. And if they can decipher these numbers, they are sending SMSs on these numbers with the explanation of what is really happening in hopes that the troops that were misled, I guess would be the right way to put it, will cease the combat operations and either refuse to continue or downright desert. So what happened here is that they contacted one of these numbers and the guy actually called them back, explaining the situation that he was in. One of the tank battalions of the Russian forces has been completely disbanded. Like 99% of the troops have actually ran away, and one of these guys was left behind with his tank and pretty much being left alone to his own devices in the middle of nowhere. So when he received this SMS, he just decided to call them back, explaining his situation and asking what he should do. So they told him, well, you know, if you come to these coordinates and give us the tank, we will pay you 10,000 American dollars and you can ask for Ukrainian citizenship after this war is over. And he did. So I guess there's a discount sale on Russian tanks now because, well, you never know what can happen. Again, these stories like this make you understand that this is just like people against people. It's not monsters against Ukrainians. I again think that most of the Russian troops would never go to fight Ukraine if they had any say in it, and most of them wouldn't even do it if they had any rational choice. So yeah, it's just an interesting story that I read today. So this unnamed soldier, they just call him Vladimir, I believe, is now somewhere in hiding and being debriefed by Ukrainian forces. And they said he's very cooperative and looking forward to his new life in Ukraine. Okay, anyway, what are we going to do today? Well, we are going to continue with the massive boosting of our economy, both the war economy and the civilian economy, in hopes that we can get more done. Now, you guys have started to post comments about me taking Transnistria, and some of you even going as far as to saying that I should annex the entirety of Moldova. Now, I don't know what you guys have against Moldova. I actually have nothing against them. But I think we can actually work with Transnistria because that is an actual puppet of Russia in the real world. It's nothing other than a puppet. So I mentioned that before that we might want to deal with them, and so we will now. If we have any free political power, I'm just going to pour it into Transnistria and try to eventually annex them. We'll see if that's going to work. I also want to start building my relations with a couple of states, namely Israel, but also Ethiopia, and probably maybe even, well, I'm not sure what Congo is like, but emerging. Oh, they call these democratic forces, but definitely Ethiopia, because I have a great respect for these people, and this non-aligned party and country should have defeated Eritrea a long time ago. The fact that this war is continuing is, in essence, telling us that there's something wrong with that war. So we could actually start military aid right off the bat. I could just start sending them these aged tanks and some extra things, though I'm not sure if the game will allow me. Yeah, they will accept. So we could just start sending them these. But first, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to send an attaché. That's going to do 15% of the army experience gain. Okay, so whatever they're getting, we get 15% of that. We get extra war support. And yeah, okay, let's... Oh, they will not accept. Ethiopian opinion of Ukraine and true opinion of us. So you know what, let's start improving relations with Ethiopia. If we want to support them, pardon me, my voice is a bit raspy. So if we want to support them, we will need to have good relations with them. So it's going to be the first step. We might want to look at that technology. Yeah, we're getting the T-84s. We are getting, pardon me, I don't know what's up with my voice now. We're getting the research done on airplanes as well. The industrial biofuels, so that is good. And we can start the support campaigns, so let's do that. Could we not start those military aid deliveries? Now it would really help me to know what they got. Now things that they can definitely use are the things that unfortunately we could use as well. Meaning we can't just start sending them guns because we need them, nor the command equipment. But we could start sending them some anti-tank, guided missiles, manpads, and yeah, okay. So let's send them things that we know we have in excess. So we know that we have in excess the manpads, 1985. So it's them 20. How many are we making? I need to put this down to numbers and slow the game down. So we're making about 80 per month, and with the manpads we're making about 45. So we can send them 30 ATGMs and 30 manpads per month. And the same with tanks. So manpads and skiffs, not the new ones, but the old ones I don't have a problem with. We could send them some of the aged BTRs because we're never going to use those. And the old tanks. Okay, I guess that is enough. So let's send them 40 of these, send them 20 BTRs and 20 tanks monthly. Yeah, that should help them with their fighting capacity. The help is welcome. Okay, Ethiopia has accepted our military aid. So is this gonna increase their relation? No, for some reason it won't. But it's good that they don't have any debt. And I might actually consider investing in their territory. That's something that we haven't done yet. It would cost 9 billion. Okay, 10 billion. Okay, let's look. Do we have any information about the way this country is running? They got tons of factories. Holy hell. I was not expecting that. 36. I know that they got their own national focus tree, but I had no idea it was this powerful. Yeah, okay. And Somalia is now in a civil war again. Yeah, they have been changed. Yeah, okay, so they're getting civilian industry from these ones. Yep. Established connection, fund, Ethiopian. Yeah, most of these damn, these guys have more things than we do. That's actually sad. I wanted to help them, but I guess I can't. What do you? You have nothing. How can you still fight here if you have nothing? Okay, never mind. Let's not waste our money on that anymore, or attention. So, when's the next factory coming? Now, pretty much. In Odessa, it will be done in 3 days. Al-Shabaab has capitulated. The Somali government has gone into exile. Okay, we can let them protest. We already made sure they will not be in danger. It's the same thing as before. So I guess they're just locked in a perpetual combat situation. But you know, actually investing into Ethiopia and getting some things out of that is not a bad idea. It's a good way how we can make some money. Treasury. Investing in construction projects will increase your influence with the targeted country and provide investment income for your country. Actually, wouldn't this mean that the best place for us to invest is in Transnistria? Yeah, they got nothing, so actually building them a couple of civilian factories might be a good idea. Though the game is claiming they got 1 military and 2 civilian, but here it's saying something else. How many factories? Wait. Not at war with Ukraine. Well, we could build an infrastructure. I guess that's a pretty good thing to do as well. Well, it's an option. So that military factory has been finished, and we are now producing mounted ATGMs at a speed of 1.5 per week. But as a starting speed, we will get to about 4 times that, meaning we can get to about 6 per week, which will only be boosted if we gain additional production. Okay, gotcha. Now once we get this T-84, I'm gonna make a variant of that. I already mentioned that, but we'll see what we can do there. Well, there's not much we can do, so let's just unlock additional doctrine. Let's repay a bit of our debt. And can we get... Okay, we get the leasing of industrial complexes down. That's good. Okay, we're working on a civilian factory in Sloboda, Ukraine, and we are working on network infrastructure in Overdnepro. Good for us. Then military. Okay, I think it might be better to throw in another factory though. I'm running it here. We're already having a factory there. I could do it like this, I guess. We need more production. Well, this network infrastructure is awesome and it's going to benefit us in the long run. I don't think it's such a great idea to have them built so fast after each other. Actually, I might go ahead and do it like this. Yeah, the United Kingdom has just left EU. That's the Article 50 I was speaking about before. Okay, so like this. Yep, and the same thing needs to be done here. So we need an additional military factory. Let's build it in Odessa. Okay, that's a bit nicer than before. And having those 2 extra factories is actually doing wonders for us, because this being so cheap as it is, even 2 factories are making quite a difference. So we won't finish it at the same time, but when Sloboda Ukraine will have it finished, we will quickly be done with the Overdnepro and we can move to the military factory over there. Good, good, good. I believe Germany has finished there in... No, they didn't. Okay, so that extra factory is going to come as well. Okay, let's hope that this military help to Ethiopia is going to help. I'm really surprised that that military help is not doing anything for us. What if I... Oh, we could send intervention forces. Oh, that's interesting. You need to select either one or more armies or select air units to send offer. Okay, we'll generate a little threat, but why can't we send it? Okay, send air volunteers. You have selected what? You have selected more divisions than you're allowed to deselect some armies. Okay, so we need to create a special unit that we will send in. Okay, so as we mentioned, we are moving towards a bit more of a peacekeeping force. This is weird. The 4th Army has 4 units, so we should be able to send them there. Oh, come on, the word tension has just dropped. But just a second before we were able to do it. Damn. Okay, never mind. We can wait. So let's court local leaders. That's gonna give us additional boost in opinion with farmers and oligarchs who love me. Almost completely love me. Damn, they love me so much it's scary. Okay, utility vehicles being built, mounted ATGMs, BTRs, okay, on 828 guns to be built. And have we reformed? We did reform you, but we didn't put everything that we needed there. Oh, nice. Keep up the boom. Yep. I'm okay with getting extra depth here because we are going to get massive advantage now. Nice. Yeah, it's about 500 million extra, maybe even more. And the international bankers like us. Still no lowering of the interest rate though. Anyway, wait, we couldn't give you more, could we? Because that would just slow you down. That's why we didn't give you more. Okay, gotcha. But there could still be one additional unit here, couldn't there? What if we added this? That would not make you slower and would give you extra. Let's not complicate it. So that unit is reformed. We have finished the high-speed trains. The rail network is extremely important to the economic prosperity of Ukraine. It is important to upgrade from our older system to newer high-speed trains. It is highly worthwhile to invest in the expansion of our trains, as we have one of the largest rail networks in all of Europe. This should definitely be changed. I know it gives us infrastructure, but really, they could give us railways. And this gives extra infrastructure. Why not? Road investment plan in Ismail. Not sure where that is. It's gonna be one of these smaller ones, right? No? It's here. Okay, Ismail. Well, that province is full, so that's why I don't even know its name, because it has always been outside of my interest. Okay, working on ATGMs, everything. This will need to be changed. I'm happy with the production, generally speaking. Another civilian factory will be... Oh, okay. We no longer have the foreign capacities available. But again, that no longer stops us from building at full speed. At least one of those slots, so this one will be fine. We have the 2 extra factories, one from the German investment and one from our own. We might actually get to 3 factories. With that said, it might be, again, kind of interesting to start boosting the construction, but 0.05 GDP is just too much. It's just too much. We can't afford that. Well, we can afford it, we just don't want to. We still want to lower the debt even lower. Well, we're at 2.8 interest rate. That is really nice. Hey, did I see that right? Are you making progress now? If so, that is amazing. I'll modify it and start sending you proper weapons when we can do it. But at this point, we can't. But I know they would enjoy it. Like, the handguns would be amazing for them. But I still can't get over the fact that they got so many factories. Huh. Interesting. Well, the game is probably very generous. Someone asked me to show the focus tree of South Africa. So whoever you were, good sir, you can see it here. It's just the generic one. They don't have anything special. So you mentioned it could be fun. I guess I agree, but it would require you to make your own story, because there is nothing really that you can do. And you know what, considering, damn, even Czech Republic has more factories than we do, that's just sad. Germany has 120 military factories. Are you joking? What about Russia? Okay, they really don't. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it makes sense. Like, Germany has an economy that's vastly superior to the Russian one. So, it's no surprise that that would be how the game treats it. Okay, these industrial capacities. Yep, we're back to producing this. 26th of January. Oh, there's no point in getting the extra capacities now, because that's for, what, 120 days. We would waste that, or most of that anyway. So Navy is drilling, making us proud. And what about you? Yeah, I'm almost positive that they're actually making progress now. Could it be us, really? I wouldn't believe that if I didn't see that with my own eyes, but for a long time there was actually stalemate, and now with our aged weapons they are making progress. That's amazing. And this time around Somalia is actually making huge progress, so good on for them. Yeah, definitely. They're winning. I'm really not sure if it's us, but considering how much of a difference they started to make, I guess, these two armies were very well balanced. They might have been down to just fighting with regular weapons without anything else, and just, getting something can be a big difference. So, good on you, Ethiopia. I'm happy that we could be of help. Okay, let's negotiate with the protesters. Unfortunately, that takes away a lot of our political influence. Someone mentioned that having lost the Novorossian cores should stop the game from spawning these sabotages, but we have all seen together that that's not happening. So unfortunately, I guess we'll see more of those. There's nothing here that I could do. I could, demand the return of Crimea. Okay. That is something that was not here before. Russia has recently seized Crimea. The insult is still fresh in the people's mind. We should discuss with the Russians about returning of Crimea. Okay, so we're gonna spawn support campaigns, and then we're gonna demand that, because that is something that I missed being there. Okay. Let's just focus on that. Okay, we finished the Over Dnipro factory, and now we're working on... Wait, no, it wasn't an Over Dnipro, was it? No, it wasn't in Over Dnipro. No, I think it was in Odessa. So the factory in Odessa, and now we're boosting the, network infrastructure in over Dnipro, and then we are going to focus purely on building a factory in Podovie and Severia. Good. So I'm happy. The economy is starting to snowball, which is good. It's taking us a while, but pretty darn good situation. And here's the T-84. Here is the T-84. With the increasing threat of fire and forget ATGMs, active protection systems are introduced. This, combined with passive jamming systems, make the tank better designed to counter military attacks. Loaded instead of cast turrets improve the quality of the tank's armor. Further improved laser rangefinder enables the detonation of fragmentation rounds at specific distances against infantry forces. Main battle tanks are heavily armored and highly mobile in flat terrain and provide armies with powerful direct fire abilities. So this is what we wanted and what we need. There's really not much in armor that we could go with next. We're working on the self-propelled artillery, so there also isn't anything that we could do here, but we can go with the varied propellant charge and get the self-propelled artillery. So let's spend 50 experience on this. The amount of propellant to be fired with artillery ammunition is varied by the propellant increments, selected based upon the range to target and tactical situation. So let's work on that. And as it's 2009 when we get the main battle tank, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a variant of this one. 12.2 is nice, but I think we'd like to get something like this. So the tank would be much stronger, a bit faster, which I don't believe we need that much. So let's lower the engine speed, though. Okay, that's nearly double of the original. We got defense 18. Okay, heart attack 48 compared to 42. Armor 44. And 7 compared to 42. That's not great. But piercing went up and fuel usage went up. If I load the main gun. That is... Damn, that is a really expensive tank. That is a really expensive tank. Is the tank the next thing that we are going to go with? It is. Okay, so let's make it like this. It's gonna have extra reliability. Or is this... Yeah, no, we need it. We need the reliability like that. Production cost is increased to nearly double. Me no likey, but you cost 9.25 and we're making about 3 per week. So that means we would produce about 1 of you per week per factory, which is fairly realistic considering how many tanks do we need to upgrade? 607. So with 1 factory that would take about a decade. Okay, I'm fine with that. So let's call this T90. Oh, okay. What? I had no idea that the game throws this at you this way. Okay. I was expecting it to be a bit cheaper. Okay, never mind then. No T90 for us. We're just gonna do with the T84. Not much you can do. Game has a certain logic to its madness, and disregarding it this way is not always beneficial, especially to an army like ours. Okay, so the T-80s will be built soon. We're gonna pretend that never happened. The T-84s, actually. And yeah, we just finished the infrastructure in Ismail. So let's go with the UIA. Gotcha. And one thing that's actually obvious to me now is that this thing, the aftermath of the Crimea, will be based on what yeah, what we will get back from this, I guess. But we need the stability of the regime to go up severely. Where is it? Yeah, so let's just spam support campaigns over and over and over and over again until we get to the place where we need to be. In the meantime, how is Ethiopia doing? Pretty good. Controlling the new territory well, and they're trying to take this mountain range near Tigray. Which they will, I'm pretty sure. We might even modify our... Oh, nice! Look at that! We have equipped all of our units with small arms, and now we are upgrading. Great. And we're down to 1617 C4 equipment. That's also amazing. Yeah, this is what needs to be boosted, but, you know, the main battle tank will need to be the first thing we do. Unfortunately. Okay, modify government. What could we modify that would be worth our while? Well, a generic helicopter would be good, but instead I think we might start dealing with Transnistria. How much would this cost? Does it tell you anything? Wait, what does the game do here? Really? Invest, I guess, because we don't have enough money? Aha, okay. So not has war with Ukraine, that is kind of fine. We can't rebuild them any military installations because they are full. But wouldn't it be better just to start spreading influence? I mean, that could work. We could improve let's improve relations first. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. And then we're gonna start spreading ourselves all over them. We could propose a trade agreement, start going with this, and manipulate politics to boost their outlook and ruling party. Relations will suffer a coup. We need above 30 influence and be in the top 2 influencers. And it costs 220 political power. Wow, this is a long game. Now I see why people just say declare war and take them over. So that would be easier. Okay, never mind. Self-propelled anti-air has been finished, which is really neat. And I think we could go with this one next. 3rd generation Rosette scanning IRUV. The ultraviolet band of the EM spectrum has the potential to be used as the host medium for the operation of guided weapons. This is a continuation of that technology. So all infantry and motorized and mechanical extra 3% air attack, and the same for tanks. So let's do that. I like that. Decisions available. Yeah, court local leaders. We are not going to do that one at this point because we want to keep the stability up and demand Crimea back from the evil oppressors that have made it clear that they will do whatever they want if the world allows them to. Okay, 9 factors. We need more. My god, we need more. But the good news is actually once we get the T-84s up and running, the only thing that we really need to start building then will be the Air Force. And okay, no. One more thing, we'll need the attack helicopter. No, not the attack helicopters, the transport helicopters. These ones, so which we have super super aged. So that's another thing that I will need to research. But those will be used for the attack squadrons that might eventually take over Crimea. So with that, we will be done. Actually, we won't, because we need we'll need the artillery and self-propelled artillery, and damn, okay, more and more things coming. But factories, I mean, we'll get there in a decade or two. Okay, the Fogger has been done, so Flanker is next. And just to remind ourselves of this huge failure, I'm gonna put it in here and keep it there as a reminder to myself that we need this. Okay, we got a lot of these in reserves, so it's not such a big issue, but it is an issue of confidence and feasibility and whatever else you can think of. So how many times do we need to do these support campaigns? If it's 4 and we need 70, so we're missing, 32, so 8 times roughly. Okay, well, we'll get there. The stability is maxed, everything is fine. And as we start stockpiling stuff, we might actually start thinking about getting more units. For example, if we wanted to get the Precordonings again, we're only missing small arms and CNC equipment. Okay, and infantry fighting vehicles and some utility vehicles. But that is not really that hard to get. So once we get more weapons, yeah, the CNC equipment is what the real issue is, quite honestly. That is what's hurting us. So I hate that, but once we finish the ATGMs and the manpads and get them to some reasonable numbers, I might just, take these factories away and throw them into the C4 equipment, because this is going to take forever otherwise. Well, we're looking at, 2 years at least? And that's just to get to a 0. And with these ones and these ones, we're producing so much that in those 2 years, we're actually going to upgrade most of our forces, and we'll build a huge stockpile. I think that, we got, almost 3,000 and almost 1,500 of these, so we can take a bit of a hit there if we need to, just for the sake of having the units equipped. What was the other one? IFVs? Oh yeah, IFVs. Jesus. I would like to spam military factories, but that would constantly increase the tax cost and just drain me down. Because these are counted towards that. And yeah, civil military industry 44, so you need 31% of that, and that's, yeah. I guess it might be time, quite honestly, to start lowering the taxes, huh? Haven't really looked into that. So wait, what's giving you? Okay, that would increase corporate tax. That would lower the tax. But what is the tax cost? Wait, will we see it here? I can start lowering that, quite honestly. Consumer goods to tax cost 25%. The population one will increases these. No, the population one is about the stability, right? Where's the help menu? God damn it, game. Is it here? Just to make sure that I'm not doing something. Okay, I guess it has to be the corporate tax. So we're getting 30%. If I went down here by 5%, that would lower the corporation income by quite a lot. It would actually lower it by 1/6, so we would lose about $1 billion. But I believe we might do it, so let's see, I don't have enough, right? Okay, so we lowered the corporation tax, and that should increase the amount of factories. Yes, it did. Awesome. Okay, and we can lower it maybe even further when we get that. Yeah, that's the way we want to go. At least additional 2% we can take, and as we're going to continue increasing the amount of factories, we're going to get the income up again. So yeah, that's happening. What a way to end the episode. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.